Hello and a very good afternoon and evening to everyone. So we have recently seen some pretty big news out of G20 sources. They said that central banks are preparing coordinated action if needed following the Greek elections at the weekend. So with this we saw aggressive moves to the upside in terms of US equity markets and European stock futures. Saw strengthening in terms of the euro currency and weakening in the dollar. Also moved higher in terms of the energy complex and equally moved to the downside in terms of fixed income. And in terms of the FX markets, we did see Aussie dollar just testing parity. So saw pretty exaggerated moves across the board, really. However, we have pared back almost all that move. And that was partly because paying attention to the fact that this is said if it's required. So initially that euphoria has diminished, but it has been pretty big market mover recently. We have also seen that the ECB have declined to comment on this. And we've also seen that the Eurogroup are to hold a teleconference call following the results of the Greek elections on Sunday. So these Greek elections just getting more attention as we head into the weekend. Now, in terms of other events we've seen, we saw the US 30-year note auction. That came in with a slightly weaker bid to cover, lowest yield on record, so slightly mixed performance. However, not too much market reaction in terms of the 30-year future and also the 10-year. We've also seen natural gas today show its biggest gain since September of 2009. That's following the EIA natural gas storage change, which shows a build slightly lower than the expected. And we've also seen quite choppy price action in terms of the equity markets, with quite a bit of data today in the 130s, with CPI numbers coming in relatively in line. Now, apart from that G20 source comment on coordinated action, there hasn't been too much market-moving events. We have seen the German lower house pass the German budget in recent times. But looking ahead tomorrow, we do have the University of Michigan Consumer Confidence number. We've also got Eurozone employment in the European session. And we've also got quite a few ECB speakers due as the ECB are holding their ECB Watchers Conference. But for the time being, that's enough from me. We'll have a little rundown for you tomorrow morning of the overnight news. But in the meantime, have yourself a very pleasant evening.